Chicago. Ordinary cops are losing the battle against the super freaks. Then a miracle happens. The Chicago PD lets a green guy into the ranks to try and help out. So at the request of Matt Hickman, we're going all the way back to 1992 and the golden age of Image Comics. Become a patron and make your own requests. Massive spoilers are massive for the Savage Dragon comics. You've been warned. On with the show. The Dragon number 3. Let's start in the gutter, or well, deeper than the gutter. Sewers. We're in the sewers, with Dragon tracking down a really fat spider guy, with legs and webbing and all that jazz. Arachnid has been murdering children for years, but Dragon uses the fact that he's become fat and lazy, as well as the environment since there's an electric cable while the Bugman is standing in water, to knock him out and be able to arrest him. Elsewhere, Super Patriot has been turned into a cyborg by the company Cyberdata so he can get revenge. Later, Dragon is going to his new apartment and meets one of his neighbors, Debbie Harris, in a very nice pair of Daisy Dukes. She's sort of hitting on him, but his pager goes off and he has to run. The emergency? 3 super freaks have taken hostages at the mall and they want to trade them for Dragon. So Dragon does the only heroic thing he can. He goes to the mall unarmed, yet of course, the super freaks are not going to play fair as they start chucking hostages at him. He tries to save them, but many don't make it. So he lunges at the 3 freaks, yet Hellraiser, the leader of this little band, pulls a child up to stop him from attacking. So he flips over him and starts kicking some butt. However, it's 3-on-1 and he's not exactly winning, what with his chest being horribly slashed open. But suddenly, the upgraded Super Patriot crashes through the wall and begins to blast with his super cool arm cannons into the baddies. But even while losing an ungodly amount of blood, Dragon grabs Super Patriot's cannon arms, telling him that it's cold-blooded murder and wrong. But Super Patriot then starts to beat him to a pulp before Officer Wilde comes in, telling Super Patriot to freeze, because Dragon is a cop, not a criminal. Super Patriot didn't realize and he starts to back up, apologizing. Yet Dragon gets another hit in before he realizes that he's lost a lot of blood and passes out. Officer Wilde drops to her knees as she sees the carnage all around her. Super Patriot gets up and flees, while Wilde calls for a ton of ambulances. So we end the issue with Dragon being raced to the hospital. Oh damn, okay, so starting at the top, we get the full weight of how badly Chicago really is off. I mean, we did see it with the news from the first issue and the sheer quantity that Dragon stopped on his first day in the second issue, but here is something a bit darker than all that. Arachnid has been catching and killing children for years, all because no one was there to stop him. And Frank himself acts really hard-pressed about this, really disgusted that it took so long to bring him down. It was a surprisingly heavy moment, especially compared to the almost stock action that preceded it. It really goes a long way in only a short few pages to denote the depth of the problems in Chicago, not merely just saying or showing some petty crimes like robbery. Then the big chunk of this is that the Vicious Circle, particularly Hellraiser, Mako the Sharkman, and Basher, who, bashes things, really tests Dragon's sense of lawful justice, killing hostages when he holds up his end of the deal, and honestly I think driving him to a point where had Super Patriot not come in, he'd have either been killed or would have killed them. It may be my own way of reading into this, but it was Super Patriot, now just as super as the freaks that veritably killed him, going for the vigilante justice, which snapped Dragon to defeat the 2 surviving freaks because they deserve due process. Literally, it's within seeing it play out, Dragon's able to step back into the right side of things. I don't know, probably doing more overthinking on this than I should. Plus side, this issue we get introduced to Debbie Harris, who will be more prominent in the next couple issues, but I really don't want to spoil what's to come, so short of it is that she's likable enough as a character who only has, 2 pages, and she doesn't seem like that bad of a person, but we'll just have to wait and see. We also get introduced to Officer Alex Wilde, someone who's named in the opening issue, which fleshes out that the CPD cast isn't just interchangeable faces, but more akin to a supporting cast that you can get behind. But again, it's only a couple pages for her as well, so it's not like we get a character backstory or some sob story to really connect with the character, just a bit of banter between her and Dragon. Then the ending scene of being the first responder into the carnage. But that's all for today. Come back tomorrow as things really heat up while Dragon's in the hospital. See you tomorrow, Inklings.